Welcome to Alpha Theory. Consider this your spoiler warning. Is Sansa the Night Queen? While the show doesn't really mention the Night Queen, the books do. But the show is leaving enough visual hints that a certain character just might end up being the Night Queen. And that character is no other than Sansa. Whether Sansa actually becomes the Night Queen, or it will be more symbolic, is another question altogether, though. As sometimes old stories in A Song of Ice and Fire tend to repeat themselves, but not exactly as they are told. Take the Rat Cook, for example, the story of a man who fed a king his own son, and the gods ended up cursing the cook, not because of tricking the king or killing a prince, but rather because he killed a guest under his own roof. The cook was turned into a rat and was forced to only be able to eat his own young. Walder Frey killed many guests during the Red Wedding, and in return was fed his own young. Was he turned into a rat? No, but the story did tend to repeat itself to some degree from him breaking guest right. And there are countless instances like this in both the books and the show where old stories are repeating themselves somewhat. Now, back to Sansa. How Sansa looks, what she wears, and how she does her hair often has a lot of meaning. During Season 4, there was an outfit she wore that sparked a lot of debate about whether Sansa was becoming darker or more evil. Something that stood out to me more than the choice of dark clothing was actually her necklace. What does that necklace have to do with anything, you might ask? Well, it's the same shape we see the bodies laid out in by the White Walkers in the first episode of the series. Later on, we start seeing the White Walkers start being connected to other shapes, like spirals, and soon after that, Sansa's hair starts appearing in a spiral bun. Sansa also possibly stops by the Godswood more than any other characters. And we know that the White Walkers were created on a heart tree by the children. Her constantly being seen next to a heart tree, which we know is connected to magic, raises some eyebrows for the fact that the rest of her surviving family members all have some sort of magic or mysticism tied to them. Arya is a faceless assassin. Bran can see the past, present, and maybe future. And Jon came back from the dead. Yet this girl that visits these magical trees all the time has yet to have any kind of magical awakening. What do we know about the Night Queen? Well, it is said she was pale and had blue eyes, and she's associated with having skin like ice. Who is pale, with blue eyes, and is of the cold north, with a house that associates itself with winter? Well, Sansa. Not to mention, from the first few episodes of the series, Sansa just wanted to be a queen, and it comes off as a heavy foreshadowing. And Jon, being proclaimed the ruler of the North instead of her, might set her on a path to find queendom somewhere else. Whether or not Sansa will marry the Night King is still questionable, although this woman is associated with marriages with almost half the major houses of Westeros. She was supposed to marry Joffrey. They tried to get her to marry Loras. She was married to Tyrion. She married Ramsay in the show, and now Littlefinger seems like he wants to marry her. It wouldn't be surprising for her theme of new marriages to continue, and whether it is with the Night King, or she symbolically becomes the Night Queen by marrying someone else and turning darker in time is still questionable, and either is plausible in this story full of magic, the undead, and dragons. Let me know what you think. Will Sansa become the Night Queen? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you liked my theory and you would like to see more theory and review videos on Game of Thrones or other shows.